What is the point of a baby learning the entire Torah with a Malach before birth?
There's so many sikhs on this that to do this in a 5 minutes or 6 minutes Stump the Rabbi is very inadequate. But I'll just share one insight, which the Rebbe talked about on more than one occasion. And that is that the truth is a Jew should not be able to understand Torah at all. Because even though Torah was given on earth in a way that it comes down to the level of human understanding, Torah ain't safe. And a Yid needs to be given the ability, the koyach, the help, the strength to be able to learn Torah. So there's a concept which is brought in Chassidus, which is called Chidush HaYeshonis. The difference between something which is absolutely new and something that already was, that is being renewed. And the difference is obvious. If you have something in your past that you may have forgotten and that you're reminded of, you have a far easier time reconnecting to it than something you had no relationship with in the first place. So the Eibishter is Malam Denese Kol HaTeira Kula, a neshama in Gan Eden, a neshama in the Bet Anime, is taught the whole Torah. And then as the Gemara says, Ba Malach V'Satre Al Piv, and he forgets the whole Torah, but he's already learned it. And because he's already learned the Torah, when a Yid learns Torah, he's learning something which he's already learned before. So it's familiar to him. So he has a connection to the Torah. What makes it possible for him to understand the Torah is the fact that he learned Torah before he was born. Or to say it in slightly different words or more philosophical words, the Torah is an infinity. And when you learn one part of the Torah, it's very limited. One detail, one thought, one page, one idea. But when you learned the entire Torah already, and you are now coming back to relearn the Torah that you learned once before, even though you're learning one aspect of it, you're tapping into the Torah that you possess in a hidden way, in a way that you've forgotten, which connects you to the whole infinity of the Torah. And consequently, even if you're learning one little piece of the Torah, you're connected to the Ein Sof, to the infinity which exists in the Torah. And Mataya Maise, as an illustration, there's a little story, which is brought by Marich Chassidus, that I spoke about it often, that there's different versions to the story, but the Nekudas HaSipur is the same. That the Beis Yosef, Rabbi Yosef Karo, the Mechaber of the Shulchan Aruch, writes in his Sefer Magid Mesharim that he was learning something in Torah, Shebal Peh. And of course it goes without saying that the Rabbi Yosef Karo was a Goan Olam, was a Goan Adir. He was in the category of Metzuke Eretz. And he was having a very difficult time understanding it. And he worked very hard. And after a long time, he was able to be mechavan la'mitasa shel Torah, what we would call it truthfully, on shtikis, a chidush amiti in Torah shebal peh, true in creation in Torah. A little while after, he walked into a Beis HaMedrash in Tzfas, where he lived. And a Yid was learning the same shtik, like Gemara, whatever it was. And he learned it, and he taught it to his students with no effort, the way Rabbi Yosef Karo had figured it out after much hard work. And he was very, very disappointed. Because Rabbi Yosef Karo knew who he was. And he knew that the Eibusha gave him special koiches. And the idea that a common Magachir should effortlessly reach the Amitasa Shel Torah, which took him so much time, he decided that this means that there must be some kind of a punishment. His mind is close to Torah. V'haraya, something so simple, took so much effort from him. So he asked his Magid, or he asked the Arizal, there's different versions of the story, and the answer that he was given was that there's no Hel and Behester, there's no Einish, and none of that. None of Ashaden. This idea in Torah nobody ever understood before. And when the Beis Yosef was Misyageya, when he worked his hard on Torah, he wasn't only learning it, he was Pashat creating it, what we call being Mechadash HaChidush, bringing it into the world. Once he created it and brought it into the world, anybody could learn it, relatively speaking, with little effort. This is called a chiddush. When Torah is brought into the world, it's created as a new entity, and then it's available to everybody. And it's a similar idea. When a neshama is in the bet and the recham of his mother, Malam Denese Kol HaTeira learns the whole Torah. So he has the whole Torah. And when he rediscovers the Torah, the amount of effort he's going to have to invest in rediscovering it is going to be far less because he learned it already.